The world doesn't understand what happens to a man when he crosses 50, but I've watched it from above, and most men never survive it. When a man reaches this age, people assume he has it all figured out. The truth is, this is when the weight finally hits him. A man does not break all at once. He breaks slowly, silently, under expectations he never agreed to carry. For decades, he gives, he fixes, he shows up, he protects, he absorbs storms that were never his. He stays longer than he should. He sacrifices hobbies, friends, dreams, pieces of himself, not because he is weak, but because he is loyal. And then one day, the effort goes unnoticed. The sacrifice feels invisible. The respect fades. Sometimes she leaves. Sometimes life falls apart. Sometimes the silence arrives on its own. And for the first time in decades, the house goes quiet. Not the quiet of tension, not resentment. This is different. This is the silence of truth. He sits there, alone with the life he built, and realizes something he never admitted. He is exhausted, not tired, exhausted. He gave too much for too long, to people who never understood the cost. And when he finally sees the bill, something inside him breaks, not loudly, not violently, quietly, like an old tree bending under one last storm. But this breaking is not the end. It is the moment he becomes honest with himself, because in that silence, a question appears. If I rebuild, what parts of me are worth keeping, and what parts must die? That question is where every true comeback begins. But before a man can rebuild, he must face the truth about the life he lived, and most men are not ready for that part. In the quiet of the night, as the world sleeps, a silent observer watches. The transition from darkness to dawn often brings with it a unique clarity, a moment for reflection before the day's demands begin. For one man, this dawn marks the beginning of a profound calculation. Alone at his table, bathed in the soft morning light, his hands rest, his eyes distant. It's a quiet thinking, a deep dive into the ledger of his life. He takes inventory, not of possessions, but of moments. A montage of old photographs, crisp yet faded, flashes through his mind. Faces of friends, cherished family moments, hobbies once loved, each image a whisper from the past, evoking a reflective, not dramatic, emotion. Later, as night falls again, he confronts a question in his own reflection. Staring into a window, city lights blurring outside, his face is calm but heavy. It's a moment of raw honesty, devoid of anger, just a quiet reckoning. He allows himself to imagine again. A stylized vision of a new woman, a new family, fades in and out before him. The image is soft, distant, almost unreal, a fleeting possibility that hovers just beyond reach. But the imagined future, with all its potential, eventually fades into shadows. He exhales slowly, his shoulders lowering, a visual weight lifting rather than increasing. The emotional cost, he realizes, remains the same. With this awareness, he walks alone in the early morning. The streets are empty, the sun just beginning to rise, painting the sky with warm golden hues. His stride is purposeful, yet calm, unhurried, a new sense of self emerging with the dawn. Back in his home, he performs simple, intentional acts, making coffee, opening a window to let in the fresh air, sitting in silence. Every movement, every moment feels deliberate, a testament to his newfound autonomy. From above, Voss the owl observes, a silent, wise, and non-judgmental presence. The same cool lighting and style as the first scene return, reminding us of the continuous cycle of reflection and understanding. Standing outside, As the sunlight fully breaks through the clouds, he looks forward, not with a naive hope, but with a quiet certainty. The path ahead is his own, chosen with clarity and conviction. And here is the part few men say out loud. Once peace is restored, a man realizes how expensive chaos truly was. He remembers the constant vigilance, reading moods, anticipating reactions, adjusting himself before he even walked through the door, living on alert inside his own home. That level of awareness wears a man down. Slowly, quietly, and he didn't notice the damage until the noise stopped. Now the house stays the same when he leaves it. His time stays his. His thoughts stay uninterrupted. There is no emotional debt waiting for him at the end of the day. And once a man experiences that, he understands something fundamental. Every relationship demands a tax, not money, energy. The effort to manage another person's inner world, to absorb stress that isn't yours, to fix what you didn't break. And this time, he refuses to pay it again. People misunderstand this choice. They call it fear. They call it bitterness. It is neither. It is a man finally respecting his limits. He has already proven his loyalty, his sacrifice, his endurance. Now he chooses preservation. Preservation of his health, his time, his peace. And that choice unsettles people. Because a man at peace forces others to question the price they are still paying. So when he steps away, he does not do it in anger. He does it in wisdom, not running from love, but running toward truth. And that truth leads him to the next decision, not about relationships, but about what comes after freedom. Because peace is not the destination, it is the foundation, and what a man builds on it is where the story truly continues. When men reach this stage of life, something becomes clear. Not because love failed them, but because wisdom finally caught up to desire. I have watched men calculate what comes next, not emotionally. Logically, they imagine doing it all again, a new woman, a new family, different faces, but the same emotional cost, and the numbers do not lie. Many step away, not because marriage is wrong, but because marriage is sacred. Marriage was never designed to be entered casually. It was designed for life, before God, with weight, with responsibility. And what breaks men is not marriage itself. It is entering it blind. I have seen men ignore red flags because attraction was loud, because loneliness whispered lies, because they believed time would fix what character never addressed. They thought love would change her. They thought commitment would soften what was already sharp. But marriage does not correct patterns. It magnifies them. When warning signs are present before vows, they do not disappear after them. They grow. And once a man is bound, the cost of leaving becomes greater than the cost of staying silent. This is why older men pause. They are no longer reckless with their future. They have already paid the price once. They understand now. Marriage is not just a promise to a woman. It is a vow before God. And God does not take broken vows lightly. So wisdom replaces impulse, discernment replaces desire, and patience replaces fantasy. This is not fear, this is maturity. Men are not rejecting marriage. They are refusing to enter it unprepared. They are choosing to rebuild themselves first, to heal, to strengthen their discernment, to move slower, to listen more closely to God than to chemistry. Because a man who understands the cost respects the covenant, and that is not running away. That is finally leading.